And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK Show, and this is going to be episode 459. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK Show, I am going to be having a conversation with Frost Comics, aka Jared, not Jared from Comics League. This is Jared 2 once again, and this is going to be his second appearance on the show. Haven't got a chance to talk to Frost Comics in quite some time because last time you were on, when you had your camera on, actually, your internet did like some weird jumpy thing. Good Lord. Do you have like Burger King Wi-Fi?
I did, but it's much better now, which is ironic because it's better, and yet I don't have a camera on at the moment. So
it's crazy.
My logo,
So we fixed one thing, then the other problem came up. Good Lord, Rich.
Well, the way that I look at it is like I don't have anything to shill, so I don't need my handsome visage on the display today, right? You don't need to seduce anybody into opening their wallet, so they just get to look at the brand stamp.
Well, what's crazy is the episode came out fine. It was like literally like on the very you would go off on your point, and then by like the last 5 seconds of your 2-minute point, it would just cut. You'd be like this. I was like, okay, this guy's out here just putting some hot fire down. Just
there you go.
Not himself, just smote you down. But I think I'm at this point now where I should probably tell people this stuff. You know, I'm feeling like, is this drama? No, it's not drama at all. It's just an actual epiphany that I had in my brain, actually. So people have asked why I don't really do as much like indie comic book promotion I did on like this show as I did on like the Iron Man podcast when it was like Rumble and Twitch and X, actually. Yeah. So a big problem is it's not like I know the person is not doing it intentionally, but it's so shitty first of all, guys, I want you guys to understand it's hard scheduling this stuff. It just is.
It is true.
Time zones, everything, mics, people having background noise, all this stuff. So when you can see podcasts having this many episodes, you know I only take the best shit. People do know if episodes came out bad, I'm deleting that shit. But you wasted my time. No, you wasted my time providing me dog shit. You wasted my time. You're coming out that logic is crazy. But people, I would really get really tired of someone coming up. Why? So you asked a question, how you got into comic books, which would go like a good 5 seconds.
That's a great question. Yes.
And then they would go like, and I asked them, what's your favorite comic book superhero? They'd be like, Spider-Man. Any reason for that? No.
Right. Yeah.
What's your favorite villain? Oh, like Green Goblin. Why? Oh, no. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, for me, and people know, I have a job where we do it's a very fast-paced environment.
Yeah.
And you thrive off communication, which they don't do well, but some do very well. And it's one of these things where it's like, I feel and keep in mind, I'm not that kind of black person. I'm not that kind of black guy. I feel very disrespected when someone comes on a show and is not talking. Even if you rambled on like 5 different points, I don't even care about that. That's at least you giving a shit and you talking. Someone coming on your show and going, well, we all got to stick together. We're indie comics bros, dude. What? And it's like, just it's be bad. Like, I know people don't like Ethan, creepy van driver, fat fuck, but he did say a few things I agree with. A lot of people in the scene don't have good personalities. I agree with him about that. A lot of people don't have good personalities at all. And by personality, I mean ways where you can come on a show and talk about your book, because there's not that many people that can't come and do this that can sell their book. Like, there's a good amount of people that don't do this at all and just kind of go on Kickstarter, open up a campaign, and it funds and they can get the book out.
Right.
That's not most of you guys. Most of you guys got to come on shows and like talk and be energetic and something. Like, I feel like if you're not going to give me any effort, why would I give you effort? There's no point in that.
There's a shocking lack of any amount of charisma from a lot of people who are supposed to be promoting themselves, and they can't do it.
I can't do it. Like, there was a select few amount of people that could really do it, and then those are the only people I ever wanted to promote. So it would be you, the other Jared, there's Vaughn Coleman, there was Mugen Lord, there was John's Longbox, Joe M. Sontag, Lunchbox Warren when he did come on. I like talking to him. There was this one girl who had this like I can't get that word right. anthropomorphic, but she like an anthropomorphic book on Kickstarter. She was very great to talk to. She was awesome to talk to. I would throw her in there. Her name was Katie Moss. That was her name. Was Katie Moss, not the other Katie that is crazy, a lunatic. Who else is in there? Oh, a few more people on like John's Longbox show that I had him on here. Mm-hmm. I actually like Richard Embry. He come on the show. He can talk. He can explain his points on a lot of stuff. I like Richard actually.
Yeah.
John A. Douglas, when he could be on shows, he could talk.
Yeah, when he was permitted, when he was allowed to exist. So,
like I would say there's less than about 20 people I would allow to come on the show. And it's not because I don't like certain people, and I generally don't think they're actually horrible, bad people. It's just
but your job is to, entertain people and attract viewers. And if you have people who are neither entertaining nor attracting viewers, then what are you going to do?
Or at least people have a conversation, because people that can't watch live, they'll watch on the replay, which is fine too. So if someone can't watch you live, maybe they're gonna put this show on like when they're going back and forth from work, going to the gym, and anything. And you
playing a game, they want to listen to something while they just do. Yeah, of course, yeah.
And then you have people. Oh well, why do you like comic books? Oh, I just like them. What was your first one? I don't know. I got it at a liquor store. Oh, bro, get the fuck out of here. And people got mad when I ended the shows. I'm like, this show's, oh my God, I can't name this person. This one I won't do. But it was so cringe. It cringed me so hard. I'm sitting there doing the show. I actually went and just started looking at Instagram girl bop reels because it was painful. Show lasted 40 minutes. Person was arguably the worst guest I ever had. And this person said he was married. And I thought, oh, okay, all right. And then he was talking about this girl that cosplayed for his book. And he would talk about her in a way that he was in love with her. And
That's super awkward.
And then every day on Twitter, I have to see this guy posting a GIF about some girl shaking her ass in her underwear. Every day. And I don't think this person's a truly bad person. I just cringed so hard. I was trying not to just immediately burst out in laughter, but this person was so trash. I'm like, dude, no one's buying that book. I didn't want to say that. I don't want to be that guy, but I probably should have been that guy, because it wasn't even like that. I think the book was, the interiors, all that stuff looked fine. I was like, your personality can't sell shit. You're just a weirdo.
Yeah, it's true.
Those people, I'm sorry, like, you can't do it. Like, there's like, I think you were on the last show where you said either your personality sells your book or your work sells your book.
Yeah.
And you guys got neither of those things.
right. Yeah. And unfortunately, that is a decent number of people in this little space that we orbit.
That's why I actually, what's crazy? This might sound utterly insane. I got shitted on like Facebook for this. I know the person. He was just joking in jest. So he's sure. I'm fine with him. But he was like, MSK, he still supports the mainstream. I still do. Want to know why? What's crazy? I go on my comicshop.com Wednesdays, grab the books on my pull list, and I order them every single 2 weeks. They come in, I open them, I read them, and I review them with people, and then that's it. You know what's crazy about that? I don't got to deal with none of the people in that indie comic sphere at all. That's the crazy part. It's because people are going to say, aren't those books bad? Well, it just depends on what you're reading. And keep in mind, some of these people have literally blatantly admitted to me they haven't read a comic book in 20 years. So I don't know if your opinion really holds that much weight if you haven't read a comic book in 20 years, though. Just saying. But I don't have to deal with like weird parasocial aspects to people if I just go and buy the stuff that I would normally be buying and reading and reviewing it. Also, if you buy and reading and reviewing mainstream books, like, to be fair, those people are probably going to be super sensitive and not talk to you anyway because they can't take criticism themselves. But in this kind of thing, I think you had talked about it on like your last appearance where it's hard to be a critic and a content creator of this stuff, because if you criticize someone's book, they legitimately take it as a personal attack.
Yeah.
And they stop talking to you.
So many people do. And even if they don't, like, it's not, and I don't even begrudge people for this, honestly. If I took 30 minutes out of my life to take a big shit on your book, why would you want to promote me? Like, I get it. Like, I'm not helping you make any sales.
Right.
And so I think the most ethical thing you can do, the highest integrity thing you can do, is to either don't review it or don't expect people to help you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because like if you the alternative it would be to just like, you know, well, yeah, no, it's great. I love it. And you either didn't check it out or you're just lying. So like ethically speaking, it's either just it's one or the other, unfortunately.
you're gonna get those people that will, I understand to a certain extent why that happens. I get it. I do. But it's also a weird thing where people do this kind of double speak thing. And double speaking can work if there's an actual principled moral position behind it. But then people would like to have their cake and eat it too. So an example would be someone would be like, "Can you review my book?" But then they would get mad at you for reviewing their book. And then they would get mad at you for the same reasons why insert comic book writer or artist would get mad at you for not giving their comic book a 5 out of star or 10 out of 10 star review on like a review video or a article or whatever. It's like, that's the same shit that the mainstream people do that you're doing too. People, there's like, I'm not shitting you guys. There are mainstream comic book artists and writers who literally will go to like, you have like, I don't know, websites that are called like Superman News. And review like Superman comic books.
Superman headquarters, stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff. I'm not saying all of them do it, but like a few amount of them will be very mad at those websites for not giving a exceptionally glowing review. Scott Snyder is known to do that. Scott Snyder is known as someone who will literally get very mad at certain media websites for not giving certain Batman books or comic books glow up reviews. That's the same stuff. I'm not saying he's did it. Allegedly in Minecraft, he's done this. But this is the stuff that people in this scene do. If I reviewed someone's book here, they would get mad at me for it because I praised every single little decision they did. It's like, I'm not going to just get on my knees and just start blowing you. What that we're supposed to do is get on our knees and start blowing each other. No one can be bad. Nobody's character story, dialogue, pacing, all that stuff is just great. It's all peachy. It's all amazing. Everyone's just so good. Just glup, 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 just sucking everyone off. That's the goal here. It's like, I don't do that. I'm not going to do that.
I remember like 20 years ago, there was they're still around. There's a wrestling website, PW Torch, and they reviewed a match that Chris Jericho had. He went onto their website, saw that they gave his match a bad score, and he was like bitching about like, dude, who cares? Like, you're the one that's on TV. You're the one that's being, who gives a shit? Like, so like, I just remember thinking, about like that whenever you mention people acting the way that you they act about like,
Dan Slott,
bad score.
People know Dan Slott, that guy that is quite literally begging for people to buy his spectacular Spider-Man Brand New Day comic book that ties into that Spider-Man Brand New Day, not the movie. It's not a movie tie-in comic. It's just tied to the previous Brand New Day after one more day that already wasn't liked, and then Brand New Day came out. Oh, good.
We're eventually going to get to a whole week with all these new days.
How many new days? There's a lot of days where there's one more day that's Brand New Day. What about Shitty Day? I need Shitty Day.
Well, that's just a regular day for Peter Parker at this point. That's just Monday. That's really
this guy, Dan Slott. Because I'm gonna do this video. Well, not video. I'm gonna do the episode of the MSK Show next week with Jared if he's free, because we usually do the show together on Fridays.
Yeah.
Dan Slott is someone who is known to not only make alt accounts, make alt accounts, go. What was the crazy thing people allege he did? Applied for certain media websites to write articles about himself.
Oh,
I'm not
God,
kidding, guys.
imagine.
You guys should literally look into Dan Slott and making anonymous accounts and battling fans. He literally, I think, made an ASM fan account when it's just him, and anyone that bashed him or bashed ASM, he just blocked them. What the fuck?
That's sad.
It's like that one of the best. This is why movies these days can't compare. The Wizard of Oz movie, where the scene where they find out that the wizard is just some fucking guy behind a curtain.
Yeah, just some guy.
Nothing to see here. Everything's okay. Yeah. That's the best movie scene ever, in my opinion. Because this is what people do. They do the same thing that the other people they claim to hate do. Dan Slott is the epitome that he'll argue. I don't really care about arguing with fans. That's not the problem. The problem is basically arguing with fans and then blocking them. And then now at this point, after all this shit this guy's doing, you should look into how horrible person this guy is. Now at this point, it's like, please buy my book. I know I called your mom a whore. I know I've maybe talked about butt fucking your sister. And I know I talked about eating your fucking cat. And I know you guys love Spider-Man. But can you please buy my book?
Please buy my book. Yes, I did seek out conflict with you. Yes, I did start this fight. But please buy my book. Ignore all that. Buy my book.
And keep in mind, I'm not. People say, but MSK, why can't people change? You know what? Sure. You also believe in flying pigs and tooth fairies too? I don't know. What's this logic of people? Not everyone can change people. Some people are just deliberately doing shit because they're just a piece of shit.
That they're just shitty.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe in some weird world people can change, but I don't. It's other people can't change. First of all, they have to show you they can change.
Yeah, and then they have to want to change.
Yeah,
and then they have to show you that they're actually changing. Yeah.
I want you guys here. I actually found a thread with this guy. He wrote some of the most retarded things on Twitter, and he just quit. If I read these things to you guys, I'll actually die because only a retard would write these things. Someone who's legitimately fucked in the head would write this stuff. But keep in mind, that's why I think you don't really do indie comic book stuff as much as you used to, because it's not even the fact that the juice is not worth the squeeze. It's just like, here, I'll just be honest with you guys. I don't feel like enough people appreciate it to the point where it's worth my time. And keep on, I'm not doing this for validation. It's just that when I can feel that you don't give a fuck for what I'm doing and you honestly don't care, and it's just for vanity bullshit, I really just don't want to do it.
Well, that's absolutely a component of it, because there's two components to it. The first is that you got some big fans.
They're cloud chasers, Jared.
I know.
Oh, right, you're also Jared too. Oh my god, everyone's Jared.
Again, Jared Prime, hallowed be his name, from Comics League, and then I am other.
But Jared. WZ, please give me money on Ko-fi. Become a member. It's only $5, and for only $5 a month, you too could help a local black man come up in the world of content creation.
For only $5 a month, you can give him $5 a month.
Yeah, and I could buy a bag of chips with it too, and a bottle of Gatorade. No more Gatorade. I used Gatorade, slipped into my PC, and it burned it. No more Gatorade. I'm just using Arizona tea.
No, there's two sides to it, and both suck. And the one is that as the person making either the podcast, or for me it was like video reviews, which I mean I'll stand by the quality of every video review. Every video that I've made I think is good, but the issue is that if you look at even like the biggest like view wise review that I did was Yaira only cracked like over 2,000 and like, so that's for people, and it's like, so people who either are already not going to buy Yaira because they hate Rippaverse, or they've already bought Yaira and they've given it a 9 out of 10 because they love Rippaverse. So like, I'm not actually helping anyone. I'm not actually giving any insight that anyone really cares about. And so those are like those kind of reviews. It's like, okay, that doesn't really help anyone in indie comics. And then if you look at indie comics that actually need the promotion, I did a review for Biophile Kolga, which is a very good book. He's a very nice guy. The times of
another person you can have on the show, and he'll talk.
He's a very nice guy. I have different opinions than him, like about creative stuff, but I've never like had a bad word with the guy, But very good book. I enjoyed it. I gave it a pretty solid review. I stand by the quality of the review. I stand by my opinions of it. But like sub 200 views. So it's like, I put hours and hours and hours of editing and scripting and stuff into that, and it's not that it didn't help me, but it's that it didn't help me and it didn't help him. So how do you like, that's the thing I've been trying to figure out. What's the trick? Like, how do you figure out the best way to grow your channel and the best way to try to genuinely help indie comics? And I don't think there is a way that I found yet. So I know that last year, and I applaud him a lot. Everyone actually gave him props for the idea. Bancroft tried to do the Coctagon thing, which I thought was a pretty clever idea. But the problem is that it didn't really result in promotion. It was a more entertaining, but like it didn't really promote anything. I fought tooth and nail and got on there. I managed to be in the show, and like I had a campaign going. Several other people had campaigns going, and like after the show, I'm talking to everybody in the chat, the green room, And I'm like, so anybody, got any sales or anything? No one got any sales. No one got any backers or anything. So like, even though, it was entertaining and we had lots of views, it had eyes on it from like, Van Sciver and all sorts of different people were, talking about it, but like no sales actually happened. So like, that's the exact problem that, I'm talking about. Like maybe you can get everybody to check out the video, but then how do you translate that into a backer? That's a different thing too. So it is really genuinely tricky to try to figure out like what is the secret sauce for like, taking your social media and converting that into views and converting that into backers and people who actually want to read the comic. Because if they're watching a video, that doesn't mean they want to read a comic. That means they want to watch a video. So like, where's that, you know what I mean? Where's that Venn diagram line up where you have that perfect little intersection? And I don't know yet. If I did, I'd have a lot more backers. But that's the problem with being someone who tries to make the videos,
You know what's crazy is the only way to get traction on a YouTube channel talking about indie comic books is to talk about more popular indie comic books.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I guess the biggest indie comic books you could talk about that most of the normies would even know about, where they got TV shows, was Robert Kirkman stuff. Yes. Walking Dead and Invincible, and maybe The Boys. Those are the three most popular indie comic books IPs that got TV shows where you can talk about. And people say TMNT, but to be fair, that can only really go so far.
That
honestly,
that really got picked up, and like the TV show is really its own thing. It really does. Follow the source material at all.
And TMNT, most people like TMNT not because they even know it came from a comic book, it's because they watched that original 90s live action version.
I'm old as hell, and so when I was a kid, I was like, this show is awesome. It's about turtles that are ninjas. I didn't know a damn thing about comic books or where it came from or anything. I just thought, I like this dude because he's got swords. That was it. Mm-hmm. So that was as far as my appreciation.
And the thing that you talked about with promotion, I remember Draw and Talk Tyler, who I haven't had him on the show in forever. He was always talking about like, why was there like so many shows years ago doing promotion and all that stuff, and there's so little now? Well, keep on. There's a lot of factors to that. Like, I think you brought up several times when you've been here. There's drama. There is that goes into it. Lots of drama. Then there is a money problem too. People don't have as much disposable income like they used to.
True.
Some years ago.
Absolutely true.
So they don't back as much. Then they got burned by backing previous people, and they never got their books. So the backer trust is very, very fickle. I would just say 50-50. You either trust who you back, or you back many people as you can, and then you hope you get your book. It's literally just the Wild Wild West when you back shit. Then another big problem is people who have never actually built an audience are just kind of selling things to them like a businessman. And that just doesn't feel authentic to people. I think the biggest problem is like, if people saw you in another light doing something, they would kind of be more inclined to support you, but it's automatically coming off as like selling someone something when they don't actually know. They have to know you as a person. They just don't know you at that much of a level, just give you money like that. Like, why am I just giving you money? I barely know your YouTube channel.
It's basically it's like a step above a cold call, basically.
Right. It's like if I just called Jared right now and I'm like, I heard, hey, I know you like sports. Want to try my sports channel? Like, who the fuck is it? Click. Like, that's how it's going to come off to people. And I know people want to do promotion and all that stuff, but there's so many factors. I understand why people just kind of stop doing it. The only people that I see constantly still do it is Indie Comic Relay. I know because they've always kind of done it. I think Pops, that guy Pops with the Madness Entertainment YouTube channel, he's always kind of did it. And I know John's Longbox. I know those three still actively kind of really still do it. That are more like on the smaller tier of guys, but also it's not really beneficial for a smaller YouTube channel to do that. If you talk about if you want to grow your channel, if you don't care about any of that shit, do whatever you want. But if you're not actually growing, it doesn't help you at all, honestly.
No, not even slightly.
Yeah. And you have to keep in mind, to grow a YouTube channel, you pretty much have to do pre-recorded videos. A lot of these guys just kind of want to grow through streaming. Guys, I do streaming because I just genuinely like it. I could just throw out any of the videos that I did in these shows, and that would get more. Here, I did a short. I took out random shorts. I don't even like really uploading them. I took out random shorts, and those got more views than any of these shows I've ever did. Come on.
that is completely true. I did like on a fucking lark. I took a a clip from a Red Letter Media video, and I took it was Mike and Rich talking about if you don't like a show, just quit watching it and
I remember that one.
It. And so like I took that out and I just made that a short, and it's gotten 20,000-30,000 views over the course of its existence. And it's like I made this sitting on the couch while my kids were watching a Disney movie, like that kind of like.
Did you see the guy? He never really does his own content. To be fair, he kind of e-faps a lot. He's that guy that you see him on YouTube shorts. And even I don't think it's a bad guy. He's an Australian accent guy. He was like, this guy defeated this guy, and it's him not even really going over the short. It's him saying that, and then the short, and then the actual content plays. I'm like, guys. There has to keep in mind, there has to be a better way of kind of, I would say, selling your book. I think not enough of these people, because they're older, and I get it, I fully get it. Not enough of them actually go to where the readers are. And people keep saying, "Well,
that's true.
Isn't Twitter a place?" Well, technically, only if you're big. Only if you're big can that be a possibility for you. Not a lot of people actually know this. I don't like TikTok myself at all. I couldn't care two shits about it. But there is a large combo community on there that these guys just don't tap into, because they're like, I don't like TikTok. It's not about what you like. You want to sell your book. You got to be in all those places, though. You should be on Instagram. You should be on TikTok. And most of these guys are on Facebook. I've seen them. I've seen their Facebook profile picture. I've seen their Facebook profiles. I know you're there. Yep. You're only in a select few places. And then there's this weird tribalism of, well, I'm only going to be on Fun My Comic. What? That would be like if McDonald's said, I'm only just going to be in like fucking like Wyoming or something. No. What is wrong with people? What is wrong with some of you guys? You're morons. Like you're talking to some actual idiots. And I have to pretend like you're not stupid. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Just, you know what? All of you can just burn. Another thing I hated was like everyone just kind of huffs their own shit. Like that, like the whole thing called huffing your own farts. A lot of people just try to eat their own shit. And keep in mind, I don't mind if people are criticizing and all that stuff. That's fine. I love discussion. Having discussion is great. But it gets to a point where someone would throw it back to them. It's like that fucking meme of the person throwing shit back to the person, and they're like, but my book's not like this. My book is well written and it's perfect. Oh yes, the person that made the book, who wrote it and did the art, is going to tell you it's great and everything's perfect. No shit. Like, you're not biased at all to you're obviously biased to your own shit, which is fine. That's a fine thing. But that's the risk though, right? That's the problem too. Because
that, and I've made and again, I'm not patting myself on the back for this, but like I'm like that. You're exactly right about that. So whenever I reviewed stuff, I would never compare it to anything I did, because like, number one, who the fuck am I? I don't want to come across as like so arrogant that I actually think that I'm better than somebody else who's written a book. I've been writing since 2022. I have lots of scripts that are out there, but as far as like published, I only have one thing, maybe two, I guess you could count digitally, that are published. So it's like, who am I to criticize anybody else? I'm not Chuck Dixon. I'm not, I'm not the, I would never call out. I would never call out Graham Nolan and ask who he is. That would be retarded. Someone retarded would do that.
Only someone truly retarded would do that.
Only someone truly retarded would ask Graham Nolan who he is.
And keep in mind, even if someone was a known figure, dude, I've literally seen people get in conversations with known people and then tell them that they don't know anything. Then it's like, well, you don't respect even someone that does have experience. And then what do you respect then? Someone who only just sucks your dick from the back?
Basically just that.
Just that. I mean, I would say said person tried talking shit to Rob Liefeld and they didn't even block them. They just muted them.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe Rob was really onto something there. Maybe just mute people at this point. Hey, WZ, I just need your money. Just $5 and you support your local black man. White black man. Good Lord. What is with people these days, dude? I hate them all. And like, it's not even just drama and all that other stuff. It's just like, no, I don't mean this offensively to people. Outside of the ones that I've mentioned that I will have on the show. Right, most of you are just really, I don't know, try hard is probably the best word. Most of these people are so try hard and so cringe. I would not talk to you in real life. I wouldn't hang out. I wouldn't be around you at all. Honestly, it's not like you're super unpleasant. It's just that you suck off you eat your own shit so much, you're just insufferable to talk to. It's actually
a
insufferable.
lot of people are really into themselves. You're not wrong about that. Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
I just and then it gets to it. Then they're like, well, why came on your show and I didn't get any backers? There was no guarantee you were going to get backers from the start. I don't have unless you're on an actual YouTube channel that has a lot of people.
Yeah,
even that wasn't guaranteed. There's nothing, guys. Nothing in life is guaranteed like that.
No, not at all.
They think just because they made an indie comic book, that means automatically there should be these guaranteed backers there. No, you might actually lose money doing this.
There, I put my my current only. I have another book coming out hopefully into spring, but my current only comic is actually on Global Comics, and so I've had a couple people who have read it. I have made probably about $10, which is only $10. But the point is, like, when you look at the fact that I have made $10 on Global Comics, it means that people have read my book. So the more books that you have out there, the more opportunities you have for people to read your stuff, right? And it's the same thing with stream appearances. It's not about getting backers with every single show that you go on. It's about getting people aware of you. It's about, building bridges and networking, introducing yourself to new audiences and new people. It's weird to go into every situation and say, "Why I get backers? Which time?" Well, okay, that's not really the point, my guy. Like, that's not really why you're going on the show. It's great when you can get them, but like, really, it's about getting yourself out there and meeting other people who, maybe that person will introduce you to this person who introduces you to this person who gets you a backer over here, and just getting yourself out there.
Yeah. Also, there's people that are legitly like complete nobodies.
Yes.
Thinking that they're just gonna be given access to a bunch of backers because they're just, hey, I'm the new guy, don't support me. It's like, people claim to be conservatives, but it's just not how that works.
That's that's the funniest thing is that like since I've been watching the tribal war between Comicsgate and the Rippaverse, like everyone claims to be a conservative and everyone is talking about like their conservative politics, and like then they're all retweeting the same shit from the same podcasters who are talking politics, and then the next 3 tweets it's like they're frothing at the mouth hating each other. I'm like, how did this happen? Like, where did this misalignment happen? I thought we were on the same team. No, we are not.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's like you have just so much bullshit in this. I went to myself, you know what? And then it's not even just Comicsgate and Rippaverse. Then it would also be the people under them. Like the mid-tier people that aren't known. They would all be going at each other's throats, drama constantly. And it's like, I don't even get why you would be arguing with, like, it's crazy. An actual nobody talking to another nobody about not knowing their shit. What do you gain out of that? I don't know.
It's like the hours that you've spent on this. Is there literally nothing else you can do?
I don't mind if people are having conversation or discussion. It's not about that. It's just one of these things where I would think that people that talk about wanting to better the scene, they would actually attempt to better the scene.
Yeah.
And I just don't really see it happening anytime soon. And I just kind of I wipe my hands.
It can be hard. Like sometimes I do feel like I'm talking to a wall. Like I approach like every conversation. I genuinely approach it in good faith. And there are some people, it's like they're not here for that. And it's like they don't give a shit. Like they are going to lie about you to your face, and it doesn't matter what you say or how you ask them, to be civil or how you try to engage. Doesn't matter. That's not what they're here for. They're just fuck with you or troll you or whatever. And that's going to be the entire engagement. And you can try to, I guess, performatively look better, but most of the time it's just a waste of time. And that's a lot of interaction, sadly.
And then, there will be a subset of fans that, or I would say consumers of these kind of things.
Yeah.
And they would always go like, well, why aren't there shows promoting other indie creators? There are. You just don't watch them. And I'm not one of those guys that shits on fans. I only do it when their actual narratives are wrong. The narrative is there's not enough shows that promote indie creators. There are. You just don't care for those shows. You don't watch them.
You just don't watch them because you don't watch stuff about indie comics.
No one does. Unless it's about insert popular indie comic book title that became a show. That's the only way. Yeah. It's the only thing. Like, it's so weird to be like, why isn't there a show about this thing? I guarantee you guys, there's shows about anything you could probably think of. There's podcasts about people talking about their garden.
Yes. Yes.
I wouldn't watch that. I'm not a woman, but it's one of those things where you can find anything you want if you really truly seeked it out, and if you actually cared about seeking it out. People, it's like what politicians do. They just kind of just be saying shit that just sounds nice to say. Nothing of it. It's just all for virtue. It's all vanity bullshit. There's guys. I could link you a bunch of indie comic promoting shows right now. They don't do drama at all. They're fine, but you wouldn't watch them because you're not going to do that because you don't mean what you say. It's just I would like if world hunger got cured, and then but do you really want world hunger cured? It's like, I don't know.
Well, it's like saying that, and then you have like an extra burger, and there's a homeless guy that's hungry, and you're not giving him the burger. You know, it's
God damn it, man. God damn it. Oh God. Dude,
you're gonna take that burger and you're gonna throw it in the fridge and fuck that guy. You don't care. But you sure do wish world hunger would be cured.
There's a difference. If the homeless guy was black or white, would you give him the burger?
I have given on occasion. I have given food to people who are on the street begging. I don't remember if he was black or white though.
Dude, I had one once today with the older white lady who used to live next to me. Yeah. Her husband sadly passed away, so she got evicted and she lives on the streets. And I saw her today, and I was like, "Hey, do you want my spare recyclables?" And she was like, "No, just give them to me later." And I was like, "All right, fucking hell." Sometimes you can't even help people like that. They don't even want help. Good Lord, I hate all women. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, that's a different podcast, but yeah,
it's just
I hang out with Salty sometime. You guys have.
I just don't get people in this scene. There's people that still follow me and stuff like that. It's fine. I'll follow. I'll retweet some of the stuff. I'll like it. But outside of retweets and likes, unless I think you're an actual good person to have on a show and talk to you and then promote whatever you want to promote, it's just not worth it, because it's just it just kind of means nothing in the grand scheme of things. And keep in mind, you could arguably say most things you're doing aren't going to matter in the grand scheme of things, but this is one of those things where the person that's going to be benefiting you potentially from being on your show, it's just not going to matter. They don't even care. I truly believe people just don't even care that you're even helping them. They just like, they think you owe them a promotion. It's like, what the fuck? It's so cringe. Only they come on shows and they can't even have a conversation because they're so introverted. They can't even speak properly. Like, fuck that. I'd rather go just be on OnlyFans, watch Sophie Rain. I'm joking, guys. This is all jokes. All this stuff is jokes. Jokes are funny. I promise you.
Funny. Yeah, that's true.
Or I wanted to ask you. So since you're going to be kind of moving away from like the indie comic book stuff, what kind of niche are you interested in to kind of make your YouTube channel grow a bit more?
I have no idea. That I've been struggling with this for months now. I did the last video I did. Once again, I stand by every video I've made as far as quality. The last video that I made was actually "This is how you don't play" of DSP, and I did something different, like really different, because usually with the videos that people making fun of him, "This is how you don't play" usually takes his gameplay and it just like cuts it in here and there, and there's not a whole lot of editing. Maybe there's a couple of jokes, or maybe there's stuff that makes fun of him from stuff that he did in the past. What I did is I used AI to clone the voices. I love Metal Gear Solid 3. So I did an AI voice clone of the characters from Metal Gear Solid 3, and I had them watching him play like it was Mystery Science Theater, mocking him as he played the game. So like I did that through the Virtuous mission, and I actually think it was a damn good video. It was about an hour long, and I was like writing comedy for the script. It was actually a script, and I spent probably 100 hours editing it, and I mean, it got no views, but it was a lot of fun to make. I'm really happy with the video. But do I want that to be like what I do? No, not really. But like, it's what do you do? Because like I like reviewing indie comics, but I don't want to review indie comics because if I'm honest, it's like I said, if I'm honest, there are going to be people that I like who are going to feel slighted. There's going to be people that maybe people I hate who think that I like them because I gave their book a good score. It's like, no, you're actually a piece of shit, but you did a pretty good job with this book. Do I want to do that? Not really. Do I want to review mainstream stuff? Not really. So it's really in a weird flux right now as far as what I do with this channel. It's just been sitting here basically dormant for months while I've been working. Like, all my work has been on indie comic stuff in the background. Like, so I actually have I've been in production as far as like, I've got an awesome book coming up. I'm hoping to do a campaign into spring or maybe in the next month or so.
Kickstarter?
I'm gonna do I might do Kickstarter. I don't know if it will be viable for Kickstarter or not. That's kind of what I'm trying to determine. I know it will be viable for Fund My Comic because I will be able to bring in the people that I got for Morningstar Chronicles. I'll be able to bring them over, and they were on Fund My Comic. I do think that this as a series, the book is Super Old Guy. Super Old Guy, I do think that it would actually be able to find an audience on Kickstarter. But what I'm trying to figure out is, because what I'm working on is a special ash can. It's an ash can, but it's really a lot more than that. It's going to be 32 pages. It has 2 short stories in it. It has concept art. It's got fan art. It's got tons of stuff. There's like lots of content, and it's like a big beefy ash can. And I don't know if that would do well on Kickstarter, so I might hold back and then just try to do issue 1 on Kickstarter and then offer that, the issue 0 ash can, offer that as like an add-on, and then do the ash can just on Fund My Comic. So I'm kind of weighing that in my head, but I do think that it's going to be like really fun. And the second short story is being colored right now. After that, the letters always go super fast because my letterer is Joel Saavedra, and he's like, I don't know, he's like same day delivery. He's so fast, it's insane. So it'll be ready for a spring launch for sure. And I think it's going to kick ass because the concept is great. It's a guy who's like 85 years old, and he's retired, and he just wants to just be retired, but like he's always being interrupted by stuff, Yeah, so like the new short story, I'm actually including the old short story, but the new short story is very simple. He wants to get breakfast. There is a cosmic invasion from a supervillain, and of course that causes a traffic jam as he's going to breakfast, so he can't even get his damn breakfast. Superheroes are fighting him. Superheroes are getting their ass kicked, and he's finally like, all right, screw it, I'll just handle it myself. Gets out of his car, because of course he's driving a car even though he can fly because he's retired. Gets out of his car, takes care of it, puts the car back on the other side of the road. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go get my damn breakfast now. So it's lighthearted, it's fun. I love letters to superheroes. I think people will like it. I think it's a lot of fun. So I'm very excited to launch.
I think the biggest challenge of all this stuff is just getting people interested in backing and supporting.
Yes. Absolutely, yes. And I've thought about doing like lore videos and things like that with my channel, but again, it's like, how interested would people actually be in that? I don't know. It could be fun to like talk about
Warhammer 40K lore videos.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Here's a 6-hour video to
6 hours
talking about talking about the Emperor of mankind. And like then like after the first hour, the second hour, I just completely switch it over to buy my book over and over again.
Do that for my wife. A 6-hour video on why my wife is the spawn of Satan. Good Lord. I think a big thing is, I don't know, I see people doing it, but I don't know how effective it actually is. Getting people to sign up for like the pre-launch is also very important too. So like the emails go out on the newsletter and all that stuff. That's why you guys always hear people talking about like sign up for my email list and all that stuff. That's hard too. Like everything in this space is hard to do.
Oh, dude, I did the email campaign for Morningstar Chronicles, where if you sign up for my mailing list, you get the digital comic for free. I did that, and I only got like 130 people. Like that was plenty to get people to sign up for it. Like
only just 130 people. God damn.
Yeah, I was thinking you get a free comic book, you get it emailed right to you, and I do not spam. And it's like, and even then with a free comic with that, I still think is a solid read, that only got 130 people. So, but the good thing is that, of the 130 signups or whatever that I got, and with the streaming and everything, I was able to convert that to, I think, like about 35 sales, which, that's not a lot, but like the conversion rate is very good. That's like, a solid conversion rate. So it's up. Like I had lots of stuff that was very optimistic, but it's like, this isn't going to pay for a book. So I'm still trying to grow. And that's actually why I'm pivoting over to the Super Old Guy, because I think Super Old Guy, Morningstar Chronicles and the Morningstar universe, I love it. It's a very serious story. I think that it needs 50 pages minimum, but that means it's a much more expensive book. But Super Old Guy is a comedy action comic, and you can do 20 pages instead of 50. So it's much cheaper to produce. So what I want to do is to take Super Old Guy and use that to build up my readers, build up my platform, get people who are interested in me as a publisher, and then hopefully transition from that into, more ambitious projects after the fact.
No, I think it's just sometimes some things hit with people and some things don't. Like there'll be weeks where I'll do this show and it'll just be like kind of whatever. Do the other show like once a week, and a bunch of people just come in and watch. Are like, what the fuck? We don't like the same shit. People are so odd. Like everyone's tastes are so different and weird that some of the weirder taste gravitate a bigger audience, while the stuff that you want it to grow and make it bigger doesn't. Fucking hell, man. God damn. I hate people.
Sense out of that.
All these avocados we let in this country. Guys, that's another story for another day. No, I think another thing that comes in with this whole space is, the thing you talked about earlier when it comes to people and the drama being a big aspect. Not even just the usual suspects, guys, that you would think in your brain. It's just you talked about earlier where you have to kind of walk on. You have to kind of walk through a bunch of landmines to see well, who doesn't like this person, who doesn't like that person. If I go on that show, do I lose access to this audience? It's like, oh, that's so fucking stupid. We're just trying to sell comic books. That's it.
Yeah, I really just want you to check my book out. I don't want to be an enemy of anyone.
Just read everyone is so slighted in life that they just think everyone's out to get them because they're so paranoid at this point. Holy crap. Why can't life be any different? Oh my God.
I don't know. If I knew, I guess I'd be selling more books.
Like, it's so odd because when it comes to like, anytime I just go like, I get it. When it comes to like Marvel, DC, and all other stuff with the mainstream, it could have its massive fair share of people that are just completely batshit insane. Yes. But it's just, that's a whole different world compared to this. This is in its own world. And I'm sitting there going like, wow, you people are crazy. Like all these weird doxing people. For what would I need to dox any of you for? Most of you people I wouldn't talk to you personally at all. Like random people making random politics. None of that. I don't know. Most of that stuff is literally not worth or useful to anyone. And anyone that's actually doing that is just, that's fucking disgusting. I wouldn't talk to you. I'm good on that.
Yeah.
And certain audience members going like, no, that's great. Man, we should just dox people. What the fuck? We need more fathers in people's lives. That's what fatherlessness does to a motherfucker.
It's just so, I don't know. Like at the end of the day, we're talking about comic books on the internet. Like it's comic books on the internet. Why are we this upset about it? Why are we this angry about it? Like, why are you like, who cares? Like, just, I don't know. Like I've mentioned all the time. I love Star Trek. I loved Star Trek. I no longer love Star Trek. I believe
Star Trek is for nerds, Jared.
Is off. I am a nerd. You've seen the glasses, and so I have the cred for Star Trek. But it's kind of shit now, and I don't watch it anymore. But like, that's my point. I don't watch it anymore. Like, I don't feel compelled to hop on at Star Trek and like, oh God, suck, I hate your show so much. Like, I just make your crappy show, and I hope whoever likes it, God bless them. It's not me. I got stuff to do. I don't care. Like,
audience might be full of blue-haired women with nose rings. You never know, man. Right?
That's fine. That's fine. It's not for me. You're making the show for them now. You guys go right ahead. Have fun with that.
And, it's crazy that people thought that Netflix, or like people thought that Paramount buying Warner Brothers automatically meant that these guys, for some default reason that people had, would mean that Paramount would make better decisions. What?
Yeah.
Oh, what kind of? Oh God, people. The fact that people's argument hinged on if Netflix bought Warner Brothers, then Batman would be gay and trans. Keep in mind, I don't know if that would even happen, but I wouldn't put it past Netflix. I'm not saying I even disagree with that as a position, but this notion that Paramount makes better decisions than Netflix is retarded.
Yeah, clearly that's demonstrably true. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no.
That was the main thing I read.
Can we just I think we should push for it. I think we need to flip. We need to change sides. I think it would be amazing to have a trans Batwoman that's running around beating the shit out of all of the female criminals, screaming "It's Batman," and I think that we need to embrace it. I think we need to be on the right side of history. MSK. I think that needs to be our new.
Wouldn't that just be angle. A guy?
Yeah, it's literally just Batman, but like he wears lipstick, and like he has like a wig on like underneath the.
You know what's crazy? Just because it's Batman, it would sell something.
It would sell, right? But wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be really funny though? Like play it completely serious. Dude, it looks like Brock Lesnar, but like screaming that he's a woman.
Dude, literally, there was a comic book that DC tried pushing based around just Nightwing's ass.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I don't know, where did that meme come from? I don't even.
They didn't even bother releasing it physically, but the Harley Quinn fart comic book, they chose to print that physically. What? That's just.
Yeah, I forgot that was a thing. Wow, yeah, that was a thing. Amazing.
This is how I can tell people can't sell their indie comic books. No offense to this person. This person, I think I've seen them around. If you're trying to sell an indie comic book, your podcast can't be named content episode insert number. I mean,
that's a great idea. What are you talking about?
Might as well just title your podcast just shit. Just shit.
I actually, if I never do a podcast, I probably will name it the worst podcast in the world or something like that.
Call it like
the podcast. Don't watch this podcast with Jared Bricky.
Well, what other things do you really enjoy? I think you enjoy anime a lot, don't you?
Decently. I'm very much behind on anime, but primarily what I do a lot is gaming when I'm not writing. I mean, and I'm reading indie comics, obviously, but I'm not trying to call him out, but Tonic Mole's letting me down. I backed the last issue of Saving the World. I feel like it was 6,000 years ago. Tonic Mole is dragging his ass getting that last issue out to me. Shame on him. I think that was issue 12 or 13 or whatever he was on now. But like, I've forgotten Tonic Mole. If you hear this, I've forgotten. I backed your comic. I'm waiting for it. I'm just kidding. I do wish that he would get that latest issue out, but he had three books going on at the same time. I think he got a little overwhelmed, but yeah, I've been reading indie comics, waiting for various things that come out. Most of the small time stuff for people who don't have money, not the big people talk about late books for, but like my friend, I think you talked to him, Telepathic Bunny, Cooper, S.A. Cooper, community service. I'm waiting for community service to come out. He's he got about like 2/5 of the funding he needed, so he's been trying to pay for that out of his own pocket for the last couple of years. So it's been slow, but I'm excited for that one. And Common America just came out with their a big Common America fan, of course. So I've been reading a lot of indie comics, but I played Resident Evil Requiem. I have mixed feelings about it. It wasn't a bad game.
Newest one that just came out, right?
Yeah, 9. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's just felt I guess I'd use the word disjointed because it's I feel like they tried to make everybody happy, but they did it in a very peculiar way because they took the people who liked 7, which was very, very horror focused, and that was Grace's gameplay. And then they took the people who liked the 4 and the remakes that were action oriented, and that's Leon's gameplay. So they do Grace and Leon, and they cut between them with the huge Grace segment being in the front of the game and the huge Leon segment being in the back of the game. And I honestly kind of would have liked it if they were separated, like separate campaigns, and not back and forth as part of the story. But like the way that they chose to write it, they couldn't really do that necessarily. Like they flow from one to the other, and so you would have to like cut it out, I think, and separate the campaigns. But I don't know, like it just didn't feel quite right. Like, and a lot of the people, there's a degree of toxic positivity, I think they call it now, for Resident Evil fans, who everything that's Resident Evil is always good. How dare you? And then there's a lot of people who, there's the opposite, of course, which people who are just mad about everything. But then a lot of people that are kind of in the middle were saying things like, they really liked the tension of the Grace gameplay, and then Leon screwed it up, or I really hated how the Grace gameplay had me running and hiding, and I finally got to enjoy the game when I got to play as Leon. So it feels like for Capcom, like I don't envy them. I don't know what they need to do to make everybody happy, but I can't tell if they managed that with Requiem or not. And like from a writing standpoint, there's some problems with Requiem. But I mean, it's Resident Evil, so what else is new? So,
did you any other new games to come out that you played?
I've been playing a lot of older games. I've been playing a lot of Lords of the Fallen, actually, because I've got the sequel coming out, I think, either late this year or next year. It's actually pretty damn good. It's if you like the Souls games, it's kind of like Souls-like, but it's got kind of like it's got a lot of pseudo-Christian religious iconography. It's not like it's not intentionally, it's not Christian. Like the world is set in a fantasy world with like, demons and devils and stuff, but like there are crosses there, and there are like crowns of thorns and things. So it certainly borrows imagery from Christianity, but it's a very good game. It's been fun to play in co-op with a buddy of mine, and been playing a lot of Helldivers. Helldivers has been a lot of fun, and Helldivers has been an interesting experience because I played it. I came into the game very late. Like it's been out for almost 2 years now, I think. And so I've been playing after about, I think when it was about a year and 10 months old, I don't know, something like that. And I started playing the game, and like the community seems to hate it. Like it's just like constantly complaining about the updates to the weapons and the changes to this. And I'm playing the game and I'm having a good time. And I'm just wondering, well, which game are you guys playing? So I don't know, very different experience that I've had than them.
So you're either very, very selective with the new games that you purchase, or you're pretty much just retro gaming essentially.
Yeah, so if I always buy, I mean, I always buy, unfortunately, I always buy Resident Evil. I kind of wish I didn't, because like I do notice, like it's hard to not notice that they have toned down the attractiveness of the women. I don't like, that's not my hill to die on. Yeah. Like I'm not like, but I don't like it. Like I don't like that, like my favorite Resident Evil of all time is 3, and my favorite character is Jill. Well, we are hungry in this household, sir, being Jill fans. So when I got the 3 remake, I was excited, and then I got the 3 remake, and I was like, well, this sucks, because they changed her outfit. They say, oh, you can play in the classic outfit, except it's not. It's a skort, and it's not the right top. And she also was written to be like a completely different person. So there's just like issues with that game. And unfortunately, I still buy Resident Evil because I just play the hell out of the games. I do everything. I play all the difficulties and do all that stuff. So there are some like that. I like, for instance, with Metal Gear, before Kojima quit when he was asked to quit.
Good old Konami.
Whatever happened there, yeah. So
I'm never gonna forgive Konami for allowing 4 kids to dub Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters.
Oh, I know, right? But no, I love Metal Gear, right? So the Metal Gear Delta, I was like, well, I'm buying that because my favorite was Metal Gear Solid 3. And so I played through that. I got that day one, played through that until I did everything in that. And I had a great time playing that game. So it's like the new stuff, I am very selective. You're very right. And then if I don't have anything that's like new that I'm like, oh, I want to really dig into that, then I'm like, I have a really extensive backlog, much like my indie comics backlog, where I have more comics than I have time at this point, that I keep backing because I'm like, oh, I like him. I want to help his dream come true. Add it to the pile.
Also, did you end up watching the Game Awards that happened not too long ago?
I didn't. I think Jeff Keighley is a jackass, so I never watched them.
I love how I just loved watching a little bit of it to see everyone's face as they got swept by Expedition 30.
Claire Obscure, yeah.
Yeah, it was so funny. Everyone's just seething with jealousy.
I know, yeah. I did play Claire Obscure though. I did play that. That was a tremendous game. Yes, I did enjoy that quite a bit.
Because I know they talked about a DLC coming out for their game. Nothing's come up of it since, but
for Claire Obscure, they did like the free update, but yeah, I haven't seen anything else since then. They do have DLC coming for Requiem.
It's just so funny that all these people are just so jealous, and they're just doing that thing. You know that white guy meme of him just staring.
Yes, yeah. You like actually like vain. Yeah, no, it's like, do you remember it was the same thing with Elden Ring when Elden Ring came out and a couple years back, and like you had Ubisoft developers who were complaining, well, they don't have anywhere that tells you where to go. They don't have anything like they're complaining about the UX and the UI, and it's like, okay, but the point is to be able to actually explore. I don't actually want you to tell me to go climb up here and collect a damn feather. So there were people seething with jealousy about Elden Ring because Elden Ring was so successful, but it's like, bro, you're missing the point. Like, it's not supposed to look like your game.
It's also crazy because then you have a bunch of people who are just constantly battling over like PC or versus console, and it's and I feel like some of these arguments that are thrown out there are literally just for, like, I hate the word rage bait because I feel like that word rage bait devalues like actual conversation, because then how do you tell what's an actual, like, if you think everything is rage bait, then how will you ever engage with any opinion you disagree with? I think it's rage bait. I think that's the worst word to ever come in the modern lingo. Oh, if I post, I don't know, I think Kit Kat is the worst candy bar ever, you're just rage baiting. No, it's just my fucking opinion. I don't like Kit Kat. I mean, I actually do really like Kit Kat, but like,
for example, it's like, what the fuck? I think rage bait's the worst because now everyone thinks every opinion that they don't agree with is rage bait, and it's like, what kind of planet are we on anymore? Like it's like that. It's like that tweet where someone was like, he says, I like pancakes. And someone replies with, oh, so you hate waffles? No, what do you, I just said I like pancakes. This is a whole different sentence.
Yeah, it's literally it's the actual king of the straw man argument right there. Because you're just straw manning someone's position to be just that. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, it's people who, like, when you say something to them and they think that's what you're saying versus what is actually being said because they're not listening.
Right. They're not listening to you. They're listening to respond angrily to whatever they think
or trying to respond to what they think you said versus what your actual words were. Like, I'll say 95% of women are really just not that good. You just hate all women. What?
Right.
What?
Right. Yeah.
I think women could be much better at this. Well, you must just hate women. All right. Fuck me. Yes, all women suck. Thank you for making the argument for me then. Like,
that's what I meant to say. Thanks for reading between the lines. Appreciate it.
Like, no, MSK, all women aren't really like that. Well, okay. There's a random one right here, okay? If you guys say most women aren't gold diggers, okay. Luka Doncic, his ex-wife now, is going to try to attempt to file child support in California, a place she doesn't live because she lives in Slovenia. Nice. Women aren't gold diggers. That was his childhood sweetheart, and they got married. It's crazy. Once you start entering divorce, women just kind of want all the money for themselves. Sounds like checks notes the family court system. But all women aren't like that, even though statistically proven they are. Yeah, a lot of them are gold diggers like that. Sorry, guys. What's that Jew guy no one likes anymore, but he used to have some very base things he used to say. Facts don't care about your feelings. Like, when I bring up that women don't want to be, like when I bring up women don't want to be moms anymore. They don't. Abortion statistics prove women do not want to be moms. Sorry, it's just true. I'm not saying that to be a dick. I'm saying that because that's just statistically proven. Women don't want to be moms. They also don't want to be married either. Most divorces are initiated by women. They don't want to be married.
True. Also true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not saying these things because I'm anti these things. I'm just saying that the people that you're defending are the ones that are actively pushing for these things not to exist, actually.
Yeah.
Someone will be like, well, women are pro-mom. No, they're not. Not by
the
stuff I've read. Aren't women in some states now paying to go to nightclubs? So what the fuck? I mean, you can always pay to go to nightclubs, but like selective nightclubs with this 10% of guy that you're ever going to meet. Oh, I hate you guys. It's just this weird defense of single. I understand why you defend women. I get it, guys. You raised by a single mom. I understand. But you got to break out of that. It's like back when I thought that I should have sex with women and I should just go slow and all that stuff. No, they want to be pounded like, the way Mario pounds those pipes and the coins come out. That's what they secretly want. Best way to put it to you. They want to be pounded like those pipes in the Mario games. None of that slow bullshit you see in TV. That TV shit is gay. I like those shows. I truly do like those shows you're talking about. But that's not real life, though. I'm sorry. I love me some Vampire Diaries, but no girl wants slow sex. That's gay. What the hell? I hate you guys. Also, you can't talk about black violence today. Just today, a lady was going to the bathroom at like a school. Pretty sure you've seen this one. A random guy followed the bathroom, raped her, and then killed her and stuffed her body in the dumpster.
Good.
It was a black guy. It was a black guy. But apparently, even just based off statistics, black people aren't aggressive like that, even though it's statistically proven they are. And keep in mind, no one's saying all of them. A good amount of them are. Keep in mind the difference in what I'm saying here. A good amount of them are dangerous, not all of them. If your mind can't separate between the two, you're a retard, and you should be swallowed because you're legitimately stupid. No one's saying all black people are bad. I've never said that in my life at all.
People can't generalize. People cannot generalize. And I hate to generalize, not really, but women especially can't generalize because, like, if you discuss this with women, they usually say, well, I'm not like that. Well, I know someone like that. Well, yeah, but we're not talking about you or your friend Susan or, your friend Kathy. We're talking about, like, generally.
It's always the response. You're right. It's always the response. It's like, well, my friend who's like 40 years old, I've known mine is never like that. Yes, thank you. Anecdotal evidence, because that obviously
right. Yeah. That's not really the point I'm making, but
no one said Susie, who ran through in her 20s and settled down in her 30s with 5 kids, is the problem. Right, that would be a problem. But
yes, like, I'm glad that you know the one unicorn, but I wasn't talking about the unicorn. I was talking about all the other average ass horses.
Fucking unicorn theory that women just appeal to emotion. Hey, but my friends aren't like that. Even though I never said your friends were like that, never implied that. You just automatically assume them. It's crazy is that there is that argument that progressives did give to people that I do agree with to some extent. If I'm not that person you're talking about, why respond to it? If I'm clearly not talking about you, ignore it then. Yeah. That's the one thing I do agree with that line of logic. That's a per line of logic, because a lot of weird people will do that. Well, you're not talking about me, right? No, I didn't even mention you. Why the fuck are we talking about you then? Crazy people we're dealing with in the world these days. Absolutely, like, public school really did fail people. Don't got no listening skills. They just not even wrong. Public school failed the fuck out of people. Good luck. None of you learned anything. Keep in mind, some of the stuff you learned in public school wasn't even that bad, honestly. Some of the stuff was good.
Yeah.
No lessons taken, just communication skills, like thinking critical, not the West thinking critical. I like that guy, but actually
right, yeah.
What happened to whole like cause and effect? No one even knows what that is anymore, because that's how life is. Life is straight up just cause and effect. But it's crazy. You guys go and appeal to all these crazy. Here, I'll say it right now. The women, some of the women, okay?
Yeah.
If they're in their 20s and they got ran through, and then they're going to you, and now you have to wait while they just kind of just gave it up for free to these other guys. Just saying. I don't know if you should marry that broad. Just saying.
Probably not.
Remember that knowledge chick that was pretending to be a Christian and her boyfriend and her on a podcast? Yeah. He was like, oh my God. This is why, and to be fair, I actually don't like the dudes more than these girls. I stand by the position. Most guys are really stupid. Because this would be the same guy in arguments that would go, no, her having sex with like 30 people is not that bad. Then he'll marry her, and he'll be like, that same guy, the same type of guy is like him. He'll be like, well, I had a problem dealing with it, but then I got over it. Huh? Wait a minute. That's the same shit we've been talking about this whole time. Yeah, it would be a problem for you, but you don't say it because you don't want to be labeled anything. You don't be labeled a misogynist or a bigot.
Yeah, I can't have that.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I can't have any thoughtful discussion with these people. It just automatically must mean you're a label and you're the worst thing ever. Her husband, guys, I swear to God, I bookmarked this tweet, literally said, I had a problem with your past. Fuck me. Unicorn achieved. Come on, that's your bed. You go lay in that shit.
Yeah.
No one told you to go marry this ran through whore. And keep in mind, like, hey, if you really can get past it, I'm not saying you're not allowed to, but you just did the argument that you said what you criticize other people of not doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know what's crazy? Our men's minds are wired to remember shit. That's how you know if someone, like, as you mentioned before, slighted you or they did like shady, bad things to you. Yeah, we remember these things because it helps you build character about who you want to keep around them. You know? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this person is incapable of having love anymore or any of that stuff, but like the reason why she selected that guy is because that guy probably never really had that much female interaction. Thought that one came up to one and she kind of just found a sucker, in my opinion. Because most guys really don't, like, you know, have that much female interaction as much as you guys think they do.
No, they do not.
Yeah, especially not in this scene. Have you noticed in any comic scene, any person who has a female fan in their live chat gets all the attention? I'm like, bro, that could be a 60-year-old dude behind that computer beating off to your voice.
It probably is too.
Not me, guys. I'm not a 60-year-old guy beating off to your voices. You know. Oh my God. Be honest and ask yourself this. From all the parents you see out in public, would I trust that person to homeschool their kid and throw them out into the world? Better than hoping that, you know, you go to school. Here, I'll use another one. This happened today. Shaquille O'Neal, the famous basketball player, he covered a funeral cost for a black mother's kid, 12-year-old passed away because the girl that passed away got into an altercation where the one black girl, or was a white girl or something like that, pushed her to the ground and she hit her head and it caused brain trauma and it killed her. She was going to public school. Yeah. I'm not even saying that don't send a kid to public school. I'm not saying that because I get there's reasons you have to because, you know, job and all that stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But this weird thing of like not calling out patterns you're seeing because it might be racist or bigoted is stupid. Black people have a violence problem. Whether you want to admit to or not is up to you. You can either understand how these things work, or you could just be ignorant to the fact. That's what I don't really ever use that word ignorant, but I think a lot of people are, or they're just, what's that term we used to have back in the day when you were younger? Like willfully ignorant, actually.
Oh yeah. That's choosing to not see the thing that's right in front of you. I guess to answer, is it WZ? WZ, to answer his question. I mean, the people that I see who are homeschooling, I would trust to homeschool their kids, yes. But the problem with everybody else that's taking advantage of the system, I would say that the problem isn't that they wouldn't be capable of homeschooling their kid. The problem is everything else that they're a part of, that there's a degree of accountability to your kid. Like if you're directly responsible for your kid and their ability to learn and they aren't, then you can't blame somebody else and you have to take responsibility. There's a lot of other things in their lives that they fuck up and they're not held to account. There are a lot of people who don't lose the jobs that they shouldn't have. There are a lot of people who aren't held to account for the decisions they make. We have a society that has a lot of safeguards in place, and that society isn't bad. It's good that we have safeguards in place because we had a very high trust society. And the idea behind the safety net was that when you fell, we would catch you and help you get back on your feet. The problem is that we have people who live perpetually in a state of free fall and they're never back on their feet. And so we just end up paying for it and paying for it and paying for it. And there's never any change. I don't think that's really a good thing. And they supposedly care about their kids so that if their kid was failing, I would hope that they would apply themselves in the ways that they don't apply themselves to the rest of their life. But we'll never really know. It's a good question, but we'll never really know if it would work or not, because I think that we'll reach a point of social collapse before we ever find out.
Yeah. And the problem here is, I don't disagree with what you're saying. The problem that goes with your argument, and it's not bad. It's just people just deem any level of discussion towards anything as just as such an extreme where nuance is missed. And it gets to a point where, well, if you have these conversations, then you're just a phobe or insta, where it's like, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't discuss.
They just don't want to have conversation. It's weird. People keep talking about there's not enough conversation, but when conversation happens, they go, well, you're an insert whatever
you're an istaphobe about this or that or whatever else.
Yeah. It's like, sorry, keep in mind, most of these things might come off that way, but you want conversation, right? Now people don't want conversation. They just want to live in echo chambers.
That's really it. Yes.
Never happened. I only Nightwing that bitch on camera because she was stupid. This is all in Minecraft, allegedly said by a guy named MSK on the MSK Show on YouTube. So last few things before we head out, which is do you have anything planned coming up you would like to let the audience know about?
Yeah, I do absolutely. Super Old Guy Zero is proof of concept Ashcan. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely, it will be on Fund My Comic. Might be on Kickstarter. Just kind of going to poll everybody, kind of see what people think. Planning for it to be $15, 32 pages, lots of good stuff in it. It's basically done. So when the campaign launches, you're not going to have a really terribly long wait to get the book. We're in the coloring stages, and then it's just going to be sending it off to the printers. It's also going to be a special double-sided issue. So like on one side, you have one cover, and then you flip it upside down, and then you got the other cover on the other side. So you can kind of read them and then flip it, and it's kind of fun, kind of doing a fun gimmick with it. It's going to be great. So follow me probably on X. It's at Frost_comics, just like you see on the name here. And I'll be updating with trailers and launch dates and things like that. But yeah, it'll be great. And you can always find me on fundmycomic.com/MC1 for Morningstar Chronicles 1. You can find me on globalcomics.com as well.
Yep. Also, Frost doesn't get into drama usually, but
I'm a nice guy. And if you ever see me being mean to somebody, you have to consider why. There's a good reason.
Actually, there's people that could also cooperate with your story too.
That's true.
In explicit detail.
I pick my spots.
He's creating Frost is like, we're gonna build a team. It's like, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly. Last thing I'll ask is, do you have any shout outs you want to give to anyone in particular, and anything else you want to say before we head out?
Oh, geez. I lots of people that I would say follow, but not too many that are active at the moment. I always shout out my best buddy Animane. He's not active on his main channel right now, but his book, I don't know if he's selling it. The Kickstarter was Bond of the Blade. If there's it's Animane Sparkster on Twitter, and Bond of the Blade was a tremendously good book. He's also one of the I don't follow people who are like really into like I wouldn't say, I guess, race politics, but like he's one of those people who's like, black characters suck and I'm going to do something about it. And he wrote an amazing book about black characters that are well written, that are like not like I'm black and that's like their whole personality, you know.
Oh, yeah,
but it's like yeah, but it's a great book. It's a love letter to shonen anime and manga and comics, and it's just tremendous. So Bond of the Blade is great. Check that out. Check out Tales to Inspire. That was written by Rising Star Comics, Hero Geek, who did Paragon Prime. Rising Star did Rebound and Cosmo Girl. Cosmo Girl #2 is coming up soon. So Tales to Inspire, check that one out. I think they're going to do a Second Chance campaign. Check out Rising Star Comics as well. Tyson Rock, really successful so far on Kickstarter, who has had 2 issues of Rebound. He's coming up on his 2nd issue of Cosmo Girl. Rebound #3 is coming out soon. So check out Rising Star Comics. Also, you can find them on X. I think he's going to be starting up a YouTube channel. But really good, consistent, good creative people. Definitely encourage you to check them out. And they're nice. They're really nice people too. They also don't get involved in a lot of drama. They just produce. And we're all a little bit slower because we're all poor, but we're doing our best. So the more people we get backing us, the faster we can get out the books we're working on.
Hell yeah. And just want you guys to know that, typically now with the MSK show, it's not really going to be on the weekends anymore. I'm just going to most likely just game stream on the weekends, actually. But if I do have a person that I schedule on the weekends, then we just kind of do the show. Or, if I talk to someone and we just wanted to do the shows potentially on Saturday and Sunday, then we do it. But for the most part, moving forward, the MSK show is just going to be, essentially Monday through Friday, insert whenever time I can do it. And hey, getting closer to that elusive 500. So maybe I'll have Sydney Sweeney and Ana de Armas on for a show.
You know what? It could happen.
Could get
500 is a pretty big deal. Sophie
Rain could come on.
Good.
I'll get Clavicular on. Oh, no, that would be good. They don't like each other. That would be World War III. I'll get Ben Shapiro, Nerdrotic, and Piers Morgan.
Get Ben Shapiro to box Gypsy Crusader.
Bro. No, what's that guy he doesn't like now? Dave Smith. Oh my God.
Yeah, there you go. Dave Smith. That would be.
Oh, I could get Emily Saves America. Fuck. White women.
Get Emily Eucas to box Laura Loomer.
Gina Carano. Hey, she lost on the show. Bro, Anna Taylor-Joy. Oh my God. Woo, man. She does look pretty good. Oh yeah, you guys know I love the white women. White women do it best. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, look, I can't blame you.
Tacos are good too. I love me some tacos. White women in Mexico. Oh God. If a girl I know does like a black cat cosplay, bruh. If any girl I'm with, you gotta do a black cat. You gotta come on. Why does Peter want Mary Jane though? When Black Cat looks better. I'm sorry, Black Cat's way better looking. I would fucking hell. I get why Mary Jane's more attractive. I get it. She's like, I get it. They're two sides of the same coin. I understand the mindset, but I love me some Felicia.
I guess it depends on the depiction. I guess some Mary, like depending on what universe, there are some Mary Janes that are hotter. There are some Black Cats that are hotter.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know if you watch One Piece. Did you see the person that plays Nico Robin? Oh my God.
I don't watch One Piece, but I did see about that. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, the assets are just perfect. Also, guys, don't wife up porn stars. Yeah. Even if you had a high bot, don't wife up porn stars.
You would think that would be axiomatic. Like you wouldn't need the people to be told that. And yet, in the year of our Lord 2026, there are still gentlemen making that mistake.
But she changed, man. That's her past. You know what? If I told you guys I was a drug dealer, would you like me the same way? Probably not. Who knows? Who knows? If I told you that I, used to behead animals, would you think me the same person? Who knows, guys? Everyone's got a past, and my past is black and white. See what I did there? Frost, black and white.
I get it. Yeah. I get it.
So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. It's great to talk to Frost once again. Can we tap on again for another show in the future?